Hey Rock on Beer viewers, alright, it's time for the last collaboration beer, American collaboration beer for 2016. This one, I've purposefully saved this one for last because it's got the coolest story that I actually have a little bit of a connection to, and it's one of the probably the most interesting ones that they did this year. It is Linda the Axe Grinder. I'm gonna try and get you a little close up there. Never wants to focus on this awesome. Check it out there. So, who is Linda? Everybody knows Todd the Axeman. I hope you do anyway, if you watch this channel. I think I reviewed it, and I think I have a video where I talk about my story of going to see the brew day for the original Todd the Axeman. I'll put a link somewhere if that exists. And so Linda is Todd's wife. Linda Haug, and I met her at the brew day, and I've met her a couple times since. And her and Todd are really awesome people. It's Todd and Linda Surly. So yeah. So this is Linda's collaboration with Amager. This year she got to brew, and this is the Axe Grinder, because Todd is the Axe Man, and it is an oaked Imperial Red IPA. So okay, shit is about to get real now. Let's check it out here. It's made with Red X, which I don't know what that is. Some kind of malt, I guess. Acid malt, and wow, it just says Red X and acid. I have no idea what that means. I wonder if Red X must be some kind of base malt. That's cool. I will look that up, and I wish I had done it before looking at this. And we got Amarillo, Simcoe, and Columbus in there. White sugar, honeycomb oak, and then US ale yeast. So an oaked IPA. I've only ever had one, maybe the only one I can actually think of off the top of my head having an oaked IPA is the one from Dogfish Head, Burton Baton, I think it's called. Yeah. That one's an oaked IPA, and I remember thinking it was decent, but it's one of their kind of, I don't know, it's one of the ones that you're supposed to age, but why am I talking about that beer? We're talking about this beer right here. We're talking about Linda. And Linda pours out red, that is for sure. Check it out. That is a red beer. Man, I'm really interested in this whole Red X thing. If I find something out about it, I'll put something about it in the description, along with the little blurb here on the side, because it's also cool, and I don't want to read them out on the review, but oh man, jeez. That's a crazy smell, man. That is it's got that smell of that you get off of like really big bodied hoppy beers, like double IPAs with that have that. It's that kind of caramel with hoppiness where it becomes that kind of sweet jammy character, or like sweet caramely jam type thing that mixes in with the hops. It's very familiar from those kind of beers. So not really getting any oak. I mean, I can smell that there are a lot of hops in it, but I can't pick out any particular hop like varieties. Nothing jumps out at me. It's just got that kind of darker, heavier, hoppy beer type smell where the malt and the hops kind of just come together to make that, yeah, sweet jam. Like, yeah, it smells like strawberry jam almost. Now that I got it down here, I got strawberry jam. It just hit me. It smells good. It smells nice. All right. All right. Let's get into that. I mean, I'm gonna go in for another just quickly. Yeah. All right. It's a sweet beer. It is a very sweet beer. It tastes like you're pretty much like a double IPA or a red. I mean, a red IPAs, they always have that kind of caramely because you have to put the malts in to make them red. What was the alcohol on this thing? 9%. So that's this is a very sweet beer. It's got it's not as bitter as I imagined it was going to be. It has a bitterness to it, but it's not the big aggressive bitterness that you think of in like Imperial IPAs or something. Yeah, it would be called an Imperial Red IPA. It's actually quite a bit lower in the bitterness than I imagined it would be, which really makes the body full, and it makes it very sweet. I do get the hops on the back end and give it kind of a nice juicy quality. I couldn't, if you didn't tell me that this was Amarillo, Simcoe, and Columbus, I wouldn't. They just have that general kind of hoppy flavor because the star of the show here is that maltiness, that red kind of sweet caramely maltiness. I still can't really pick out any kind of oakiness to it. I'm guessing that it's probably a component of that sweetness that the oak probably plays that up a bit. But it's a really interesting beer. I was really hoping that the oak would come out a bit more. I don't know, in kind of more of that, yeah, not necessarily vanilla flavor, but that kind of, yeah, woody oak flavor. I thought that would be kind of cool in this beer. And maybe once the hoppiness kind of dies out in it, maybe the oak will come out a little bit more. I think that this is a beer that might age really well because it's kind of just sweet, and then it's got the mild hoppy flavors in the background. But I bet it's gonna change a lot as it ages. But if you're a fan of strong, sweet beers that aren't like imperial stouts or something, this is really nice. It reminds me kind of more of like an American barley wine or American old ale. Just kind of sweet but not sickly sweet, hoppy but not like intensely hoppy. It's just it's a nice beer. I don't know if it's quite what they were going for. It's not what I expected it to be, but it's still a really nice beer, and it's pretty cool. It would definitely, I would love to do a half and half with Linda and Todd, because I think that Todd the Axeman would kind of thin out a little bit, and this would actually add a nice pleasant sweetness to Todd. So maybe that'll be an upcoming video, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, Linda the Axe Grinder, very interesting beer. Check it out. It's all over. So yeah, I'm Linda the Axe Grinder, cool beer. Check it out. And yeah, this is the last of the Amager collabs. So of course I'll still be doing beer reviews throughout the year, but yeah, until next year, you're still my favorite brewery. Cheers.